All right, well, we are live. Hey,
Yes.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
Welcome, everybody. Hi. Delilah's going to do her magic, and she's doing her back end stuff with getting us all set up and running. And welcome, very, very, very welcome to the this current edition of the Smart Author Series. And I see we actually have some viewers there already. Awesome, glad to see you, and even have some comments. So love that. So some reactions. So people are liking it. Awesome. We do have this week we have a panel that is a panel of one actually, but it's still a panel. and she's just jumped offline, and we're going to be bringing her back shortly.
Oh, I just got her right here.
Okay, she's got her back. She's coming. That's good. I have no idea what's just come into my computer.
Yeah, I think she's still frozen. Hold on. We'll bring her back now. Okay. Well, while Candy is discussing that, I'm gonna go ahead and share the broadcast. If you guys are now just getting on, or you're just watching a replay, make sure you hashtag replay. And if you guys are here, let us know you're here. Give us some hellos and hearts and likes and loves, because
and comments. And comments and questions for sure. Definitely. Yeah. And we're going to be talking today about illustrations and covers. So all the parts of the book writing process and publishing process that involves the pictures and the graphics. So that's why we're really happy to have Ezio with us today. And I am not going to attempt her full name, but we call her Ezio, and she's okay with that. And she is an awesome illustrator with 26 years of experience. So I think we're going to have some great information from her. There she is. She's back. Yay, yay.
Hi. So, hi, everybody. Let me introduce myself first. I am Sangamitra Dasgupta. You all know my Facebook name, that is Ezio Difference. And unfortunately, Facebook just fixed me to that name. I don't know why. So yeah, I have 26 years of experience in illustration, book illustrations. Basically, I started my drawing career actually from the age of 5. And some of you guys, when you hear that, you won't believe that. But I started my career when I was age of 5. And after that, I was doing some books and for the local news magazines, for the comics and all the things. And when I finished my graduation and masters, after that I finished my animation professional course, which is basically for the animation and illustration both. So yes, after that I joined some of the companies, but it's like for me as a graphic designer first, but for me like illustration was my core in my core heart. So I came back for the illustration process, and now I am doing some illustration like for the independent authors as well as some of the publishing houses. And I also launched my 4 books, which Mrs. Delilah also knows about that. We talked about that before earlier in one of her interviews. So yeah, I'm doing that. For basically when I do the illustration process, first of all, I ask my author to send me the manuscript first because I want to read the whole story. And when I finish that, I just make a rough concept of the characters as well as the cover, how it will go, like what I imagine, what will be my visualization, or will be in that cover also. So after that, I show it to my author, and if he or she needs any type of corrections or anything else, they can easily ask me for that. And when the cover is finished, then I can start with the pages separately, like one page each a day. So that, and I also show it to my authors so that if they want to like they need, sometimes they need changes, okay, this is fine, this is good. So that is very easy for me to do the work, and that is also very easy for my authors or the publishers with whom I am currently working right now. That is easy, also easy for them. So my work process is like that, like one page each day for each of my author, so that we can communicate very easily. And for the correction part or for any addition or anything part, that will be also be easy for me. So yes, my illustration process is like that. And if you have any queries, you can ask me. I can like elaborate about that also.
Wow. All right. So we got some questions already. Tommy Lee Nichols wants to know if we can share our book cover for reviews and comments. And
Yeah,
definitely,
sure.
yeah, definitely you can. But if you would like for Candy and I to review it, we have a spot on her website. If you go to smartmarketingforauthors.com, click on Smart Author Series, we have a place where you can submit comments and stuff like that to us. Um, as it'd be kind of difficult to share on the live, but you can also put it in the comments below for everybody to see, and I'll see if I can get that coordinated in. So yes, definitely you can share yours for feedback. We would appreciate it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I like
Yes.
that.
And let me tell you something. I already shared some of the book covers on my page, and all that are in public post. So if you want to see some of the works, you can easily go to my profile, and you can check the works which I have done. I am doing right now. Currently, I'm doing 5 books simultaneously. So you can check that also.
Nice, nice. So yeah, guys, definitely. If you guys have questions about publishing, we have Candy below. If you guys have questions about book illustrations, we got Ezio here with us today. And if, of course, if you need help with some marketing, I'm always up for that. So, also, if we're talking about all things books and all things book author marketing and all that stuff. So if you guys have questions, I need you to post them below. And if you guys like the content we are dishing out today, make sure you share. Give us a share.
Yay!
Yay. So yeah. So as I have a question for you, Izio. I know you detailed out the process for illustrating a book, but what are some elements for book book illustrations that people should be really aware of when they're getting started with that?
Like when you are going to start, you should always concern about your visualization. Like I recently or yesterday or today, I was talking with my one of my friend who got cheated with an illustrator from an illustrator. Like he copied all the images from Google, and now she is completely blank. What to do? So this is not an actual illustrated type. So you should always be very much particular about your visualization, how you visualize a scene, how you visualize a character, what are the features, what will be that thing. So after visualizing that character or that scene, you have to make a rough sketch, and then you can proceed with the final one and show it to your author if he or she wants to make any changes with the character or with the scene, or they can add something. So yes, this should be like the process: visualization, rough sketch, then the final one.
I see. So what's something that an author can do? What's something that author can do to make it easier to collaborate with you?
They can directly PM me in my Facebook page, or they can directly contact me in my mail or my Instagram page. That is, my Instagram page is basically all of the works which I did and I am doing, and so they can easily connect with me on my Facebook, or they can easily mail me. And I just what I said before, I always start with the cover page, and then I will go with the page by page, and each day I will show them what I am going and what changes you want to do, or any kind of addition or anything else. So yes, they can easily connect me via Facebook. That's
Yeah,
the easy process.
yeah. No, I'm talking. That's good to know all those connections and how to get in contact with you. But I'm asking you is how
Mhm.
when an author wants to work with an illustrator
Mhm.
like you, how
Mhm.
what is something that they can do to make it easier to collaborate
Uh,
on the project?
okay.
How can they communicate their
They
visualization?
communicate, yes. I think there are some they should be very much communicative, like with all the needs. If an author is giving you a manuscript, he or she should mention that, like, my I want my book characters look alike this, or they can send some samples from the Google, downloaded from the Google, and send it to the illustrator that I want this type of style. Everybody has their own choice of styles, but they can easily ask the illustrator what type of styles they want, what type of illustration they want, and ask the illustrator to start with a sample word, so that they can easily communicate with the process or with the style of the thing. If suppose I am sending you a manuscript as an author and you are an illustrator, I should ask you some of my personal favorite styles, and I will ask you to like make a sample sketch. And after that, when you are going to show it to me, I can like make a change, or I will say, okay, you just continue with this type of styles. So, and I will also ask you to keep me updated each and every day so that I can make the changes. So the communication will be like very much stronger, and each and every day with the author's personal choice of characters, personal choice of styles. Every illustrator should know about that, because if your choice is something else and I am doing with something other styles of art, then the work is worthless. There is no like nothing at all, and I have to redo all the work, and this will kill my time, also your time. So you have to be very much particular about your choice of styles of the illustration you want to see in your book, in your story. So you should be like very much open about that with your illustrator first of all.
So in other words, the author should do their research and not only have the vision in their mind, but go looking for examples of
No, not examples. No. I'm saying like not that type of research. You can like easily, you have your character own character imagination for your book. If I am not wrong, you can just give a sample, one single sample to your illustrator or artist. Just like, I like this type of style. Can you do it for my book also? This type of style of art, so the illustrator can like, okay, my author needs this type of style, so I should like make the characters according to his or her choice. So this should be like very much particular about that.
awesome.
One single sample.
So it's not so much that the author has to really go out and find what they want that character to look like. It's already in their mind. So it's a matter of
Yes, yes,
style that you can then
yes,
duplicate and replicate. Now, I have a question for you. When you're working with
yes.
creating characters for your authors, do you have the words of the book in front of you? Have you already read it so that you can
Uh,
build the illustration based on?
yes, yeah, yes. My authors always send me the whole story as a manuscript, like PDF file or Word file, whatever they want to. And first, I read the whole story, and then I start working on the characters and the cover part, which is the very most important for me. And then I show it to my author. If they want to like already said to you, like if they want to like, okay, my can you add something to my character, or can you add something to the background so that it will look more like. So yes, after that I am very much clear what my author needs, and then I continue with the page, every pages. But I always make my author up to date with each and every page. Like, okay, my page one is done. Can you see it and let me know what you think? If they are okay with it, okay, let me continue with page two. I work according to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good. Is
So
there?
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Candy.
I was just going to say, is there an age range for the types of children's books you illustrate?
No, I illustrate from age 2 up to age 50. So there are no foundations for me.
Nice. Nice.
Nice to know.
All right. So yeah, if you guys are interested to see some of Ezio's work here, you can go on Instagram, and here's her deal below, or her username below, that you can go and search up and check it out. So there is some other stuff we wanted to bring up today in our discussion, those topics. If you guys have questions, make sure you post them below. Like I said, we're talking about all things books, and we have an expert panel with you guys here today. For those who didn't catch it, we have Ezio over here for illustrations, we got Candy below for publishing, and we got moi for marketing. So you guys, post your questions, share it out, get involved. If you liked what Ezio has shared with you guys in regards to illustrations thus far, I need some hearts and some likes. So yeah, Candy.
Yes, we need heart.
Yeah, we need hearts. So, Candy, did you want to bring in a little bit about what you were speaking about earlier?
We were talking earlier about that it's important for when you're working with a book cover, we're moving into the cover side of it rather than the illustrations. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. So we were talking a little bit about the importance of actually having good quality covers, not only obviously to attract the readers, but also for the author to use for marketing purposes. You need a 3D cover, guys. You got to have, even though you're published on Kindle perhaps, and they only need the front page of the cover. The reality is that all of your marketing materials needs to have that 3D look to it, so that people believe that it's a real book. And there are methods now. That's something I'll ask our expert panel about this if she has anything to add on that. But we actually have a couple of resources that we thought we would share with you as well. Ezio, do you have any thoughts about the cover and the importance there?
Yes, I did some cover advertisement marketing for some of my authors. Like I did one of the book for the 2000 Warrior, which has been published like 2 months back, and we did some banner advertisement for this. And I am currently going to start another book, which is like on the process. It's not been started. Like only the character has been done, and that author also wants to like for the some Facebook marketing and all the things. So we are working on that also. So yes, I do something as a graphic designer because I have already done my graphic designing course. So as a graphic designer, I know what is the importance of a marketing advertisement for the banner and all the things.
Right. And I want to add in here while we're talking about the importance of book covers, and from a marketing perspective, and the book has to have that visual appeal for readers psychologically to want to go and pick that up and be like, this is interesting. And getting those elements into your book cover is really important. But one other piece that I feel people is like, if you go to a bookstore, right, and you're walking through Books and Nobles and all that, which way are all the books turned?
Like they are like sometimes this things, and sometimes they are front to back.
Oh, let me grab a book.
They're turned like this.
Yes, yes. I was just going to tell about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your books are turned this way. Your visibility, your shelf visibility of your book is going to be really slim. So if you have a smaller book like this one, for example, right? The cover is awesome. Everything's designed great. But then when they go and stock these into bookshelves, or you put them up at book fairs and so on and so forth, and you have them pointed this way, what's going to make me pick this book up versus all the others? Right?
I think for the part, there should be something like more attractive, like only a character. If there is some magical characters or some characters for the story, I can illustrate a smaller version of that and put it on there so that that character can easily grab your attention for that. Right. If I'm not wrong, for my vision, if I can make a small character of the story, like what I did in the inner part, I can add that character smaller part in there, so that when you are going through each and every book, okay, this book has a character. That character can easily grab your attention.
Right. And I would say, like I said, these are like books I just picked off my desk, but majority of books are one tone color. I would think that for me, if it had more going on as far as color on the spine of it, it would attract my eye along with the little color, just making it really interesting. Like, look at the one Candy has. Candy's is really interesting to look at. You're like, okay, what is that? It has dimension to it. It has something that piques my interest, whereas this is just a plain with the words on it. I'm going to possibly just go right over. I'm not, it won't catch my eye when they put it on the bookshelf and it's like this.
Here's another example. This is a hardback, but you can see, look at, and this is obviously a much larger book.
That black and gold, it's really eye-catching for that.
Absolutely. And the author's name is really big in that black and gold. Now, obviously, on a smaller paperback, you can't do that, but you can do it. You can still get something really graphic on there, and that is well worth your time to get an illustrator or a designer to make sure that your spine is just as graphically appealing and psychologically
Yes.
appealing as the front and back cover are. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yes.
important.
Yes.
I just wanted to bring that
I
up.
agree.
I went into a book, when I go into bookstores, I like to see how they're setting up for eye appeal for everybody, for the consumers to pick up books and purchase. And, when you're looking at it, like the more favorable books, they'll give them the whole display and they'll put the cover out first. But all the other books are just, right there with their spine. So it's like, if you want to really make some good sales on that, if you're using them in stores and you have a place in Barnes and Noble where they're selling your content, then you got to really step up your game on that spine.
Absolutely. You really do. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
Yes.
That was my piece.
That was a good one. That was really a good one. So,
No. Actually, it is a good point.
So yeah, we got a lot of people coming through and watching us. Patty Brazard, she's saying hello. Hey, Patty. We have Tommy Nichols. He came in. He's saying hi. I know we have some more people watching, as we're at about 4 to 5 people watching. Can you guys give us a hello? Tell us where you're from. If you have book questions, make sure you leave them below. And if you're just not watching, make sure you hashtag replay.
Yes, replays are most important.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's start with the marketing expert. Like, any more marketing tips from my marketing expert?
Well, as far as book covers, just making sure that they're really professionally designed and eye-catching. And, if you're doing something along the lines of self-publishing, making ssure that it sticks with your brand. That is really important. Making sure that your book matches your brand, because it's just like your website. Your website matches your book, matches your Facebook, matches, all that consistency, brand consistency will be across the board. So yeah, that's important to me, or important advice as a marketer would go. And then also, the details in the back of the book. Like, these are your key selling points for me. Making sure that they are summarized correctly and formatted as they're supposed to be. And I also feel that it's important to humanize the author, and like these little pictures on the back are really important to me. I love when it has a picture of the author in the back and how they connect to them. It's, a big deal. I think Candy can elaborate a little bit more as to why it should be formatted that way.
It's definitely a psychological appeal. Remember, as you said, the back is your marketing. And people are drawn to photographs of other people. Also, it's important that photograph shows your eyes. Okay? Don't put the photograph on your book looking off into the distance. No, you're looking directly at that reader. Okay? Because they want to see and they want to make that connection with you as a person. That's a big tip. And that's another area where go and spend $50 and get a professional headshot done. Truly, yes, you can spend hundreds of dollars on that, but you can also find someone who's good, who maybe is going to school for it, and maybe not spend quite as much if you're on a budget, but get a professional headshot done for your book. That is going to be a good quality on your printing. One of the issues now, I think that I would love to have Ezio talk about this as well. One of the issues that I find that many writers have with their graphic components, not just their back cover or front cover or their inside graphics, is they don't understand the importance of the resolution, the quality of the image for printing. When you have an image that is online, that is digital, it's only 72 pixels per inch. Now, if you have no idea what a pixel is, that's okay. Think about these numbers. A 72 pixel per inch image means that there are 72 little tiny squares per inch that make up that image. A 300 pixel per inch image is the minimum requirement for print. So if you have a 72 pixel per inch image that you blow up to 300%, guess what? There are no added pixels. They just make them pixelated.
Yes.
And then you get what's called a pixelated image. So it is important that you have the right resolution for your graphics, and that includes especially even your internal graphics, even illustrations still have to be printed out, and they have to be vector images that are going to be scalable. Go ahead.
No, I will. Let me tell you something. Whenever I start my illustration, I always do it like 600 dpi. You are saying for the 300 dpi. I am doing that double for
I
the
agree.
600 dpi. So there will be no complications or anything. But one of my publisher, they always want me to do it like 350 dpi. So for them, I do it in 350 dpi, and for others, I always do it in 600 dpi. So there should be no more complications regarding the illustration, and I want to do it perfectly.
I totally agree with you. I always tell my clients that it's a 300 minimum because it's really hard sometimes to get it bumped up to 600. But if I'm starting with a fresh graphic, it starts at 600 because I know that's what the printers really want. Yeah,
Right.
that gives them flexibility. That gives them the ability to scale that up or down wherever they need to. If they have to scale it down, they're not, and they lose 300 pixels per inch, they still have a quality image.
Right. And it's so important because you guys don't, even as a marketer, you know how many times I get sent a book cover to mock up so I can make promotional graphics for that I can't do nothing with because it's too small. And when you mock it up, it doesn't look right. So the DPI and the resolution are extremely important for everything you're going to do with your book across the board, you guys. So
that's why I always said that I make them in 600 dpi.
Okay, there's going to be a question come into us. I know there is about the difference between PPI and DPI. P as in D, dog as in pot. Okay, whatever. Okay. PPI is pixel per inch. That's the resolution of the photo. DPI is dots per inch, and that is a printing term. Okay, there's so many dots that are on some of your printing processes. It's not a square. A pixel is square. A pixel is square. A dot is a circle. So they are the same thing, and for all intents and purposes, you don't need to worry about it if you use one or the other, unless you are a printer who's dealing with the final end result. You don't need to worry too much about it. Any illustration or a photo that you print out on your home printer is a DPI, dots per inch. Okay, but it's still ultimately your images are PPI. And if you create something as a DPI image, it's still going to be a PPI. I know that sounds confusing.
Yes.
no, but it's important.
One of my
it's important.
let me tell you something. One of my publisher, one of my Indian publisher, they always ask me to do it like in 2000 by 2000 pixel. Also, the DPI should be like I take it personally as a 350 DPI to make it like very much balanced. So like 2000 pixel by 2000 pixel, and the DPI should be like 350. So that will be like the perfect for their web upload and all the things.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
Because for me, when I go down to, if I go and get stuff professionally printed from Staples or something like that, and I get there, and back in the beginning, I used to always make this mistake. I would send over my image, and my image would be too small. And then I'd be eating my own gas because I'm so mad because I have to go back home, figure out how to blow up a DPI image because I didn't know how to. So just avoid that altogether, you guys. Do a little research about what DPI is and how you can change your settings so that when you go down to Staples and you're trying to make your book marks and all that stuff for your promotions, that you have the right DPI. It's so important.
Yes.
There's another term I'd like to throw in here, and this is especially appropriate for illustrations, and that is vector.
Yes.
Vector, very simply put, and this is the easiest way I can say this to you, is a vector illustration is scalable because the computer software that is used, for instance, Adobe Illustrator, the computer software that is used takes the images that are created on screen and uses a mathematical formula to create them, which allows the vector, allows the image to go up and down, in and out, all different ways, and always maintain that crisp 600 DPI resolution. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes. So
Yes, no, I always do that. I always do that
Yes, you would always.
because I don't want to make my authors. Yes, I always do that because I don't want to make my authors like very much embarrassed when they are going to publish or something. I always make it sure to be more accurate and more perfect. So that's why I always take it at 600 dpi.
Yeah, absolutely. So
nice.
those are three terms that are really important to understand, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to explain a little bit about it because I know it's confusing to many writers.
So now,
Yes,
so now you
yes, it is
guys,
confusing sometimes.
so now you guys got your book cover done, and everything's good and gravy.
Mhm.
Me and Candy came up with some great free resources for you guys to go and use. To go and mock up your book so that you can use it in your promotion. So a lot of people spend a lot of money on mock-up design and graphic design for mock-ups, but there are a lot of free resources online where you can go take your cover and have it done like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, Candy, you want to tell them a little about those resources?
There are, I think we identified three of them that we liked in particular. My favorite is currently Cover Vault, and that I think you're going to. Were you going to put up a link on that one? Yes.
I just did. Covervault.com.
Cover Vault is an amazing resource. Now, this works primarily. Disclaimer here: you need Photoshop. You need a quality photo editing program to use Cover Vault's files, and also the next one I'm going to give you.
But the
Go
good
ahead.
thing about Photoshop is that now it's a subscription service. So for $10 a month,
Yes.
$9.99 actually a month, you can use Photoshop. So don't look at it as like, oh, I have to pay $300. No, it's a subscription
Well,
service now.
let me add you something. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I want to add it. I downloaded Photoshop for free. I downloaded Photoshop for free. Yes, I will give you the link, and you can easily download from there. Not only Photoshop, you can download Adobe Illustrator, Corel Draw, Flash for free from that site.
Nice. Nice. That'd be great
Yes,
if you could leave that in the comments below for everybody. But
yes.
yeah, there's so many options now, you guys. You don't have to worry about buying expensive software and doing all that crazy stuff. So yeah, Candy, keep talking about Covervault. My bad.
What Cover Vault is Cover Vault is made by a really great designer, and he has a whole series of free 3D templates that you can download, and they are totally free. And you download the whole file; it's a zipped file, and then you can reuse that as often as you want. And they're really great. So go there and check it out. I really like it. And getintopic.com.
Getintopc.com.
Getintopic.com.
Getintopc.com.
Okay. Oh, that's the okay. All right, I see. Okay. All right. And then PSD Covers is another one that I like, and that one also is a Photoshop one. That one is actually an extension. So you would download that program. That one you have to pay for. I think it's around $50, and it's a one-time fee, and you got it for life. Okay. The Cover Vault, you can subscribe, and you'll get all the updates because he has a lot of other covers cover templates in addition to the ones that are free. And then what was the third one that you liked, Delilah? That's it, a daisy. This one, I'm not hearing you. Delilah, I don't hear you. Okay.
I turned off my volume because my kid came in. And then I forgot.
I heard that.
But
Yeah.
Adazing.com, it's really great because that's one of the ones I go to when I need to do something just quickly. You just put your image for your book cover there, and then it puts it on a book, and then it puts on a ton of graphics. The one graphic for your book is free. I actually do it multiple times. It can let you do it multiple times on it gives you 12 different choices to choose from. But it's free for one, but then after that it gives you like a whole bunch of more mock-ups on actual pictures, and you can purchase for like $12. It's really nice.
And that one you don't need Photoshop for, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one that does not require Photoshop.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. It just requires a picture and an email. And the guy probably is sick of me because I go in there a lot. Like when I just want a book cover really done, it's fast. Like it takes like 2 minutes. Go in there, upload a cover. It comes out, download it from their site, and keep on going.
And then, well, which is great. I'm really glad that there's so many of these resources that we can offer. I do want to say one thing though, and that is this: these are resources that you can do if you want to create your own mock-ups. But the reality is, if you have a designer who's working with you to create your cover, ask them to include your 3D mock-ups because they most certainly can do this.
Yes, most
and
definitely.
Most likely a minimal add-on charge, if any.
Yes. Yes. And, guys, it's really important that when we're doing things that we don't cut too many corners. Because, at the end of the day, a really good professional graphic or a good professional mock-up, it goes a long ways versus a quick fix. Okay. I use quick fixes because I'm a marketer and I got to sometimes be on point, and I can't wait for people to get back to me sometimes when I'm trying to do stuff. So, but you guys got to really think about the quality of what you're putting out there and what you want things to look like in the long run. So yeah, having great illustrators and graphic designers and, publishers on your team, it's really important.
Yes, we are really big on being aware of the pocketbook and everyone's budget, and also recognizing that there are times when you simply must pay for the services to have a professional result.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys, we're coming close to time here. I'm posting the links up here again. We have smartmarketingforauthors.com. We have A to Z, Write and Publish Now with Candy over there. And then if you guys want to connect with Ezio, she has actually commented on this. You can connect with her on Facebook, from her Facebook down there. And then you can also join her on Instagram at creative_art shopee__. So you guys make sure we are supporting our show panels. So yeah, next week, Candy, you want to tell them what we have for next week?
Oh, do I still have that up? No, I don't remember. What are we doing next week?
What?
I pulled that down. Next week we're doing the oh shoot, it's gone completely out of my head, Delilah.
It's what does your writing habit look like?
Oh, is that what we're doing next week? Okay, I thought we were doing the other one. So that's great. Next week we're doing what does your writing habit look like?
And yeah, we have a whole lineup here. You guys, the third show of well, it won't be the third this month, but the third show, like every 3 shows, we're gonna do the Q&A open door, where you guys can send us your questions. So if you guys go to smartmarketing.com, smartmarketingforauthors.com, click on Smart Author Series at the top. You guys can leave your questions there for us, and we will answer them on the next Q&A series show. And then we also are going to be doing panels like this, like we did today with Ezio. We bring in, book experts or experts in the book field in their craft, and we will bring them on so that they can be of a resource to you, and you guys have access to answer your question or get your questions answered and ask questions. You guys, this talk show series that we're doing is to support the authors. So if you need help, we are here to help you. And you always go, like I said, on our website. You can leave them, you can message us, you can do all kinds of things to get in contact with us to help you. So make it happen. There's no excuses for you not to get help.
No excuses.
We are here to help.
I'd like to say thank you to our panelists today, Ezio. We really appreciate you being here. You gave us some great information. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to you also for giving me this opportunity. And
no problem.
You both.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I think, Candy, did you have anything else to say for today?
I don't think so. I think I'll just end with what I usually say, and that is tune in at noon next Thursday.
12 p.m. noon next Thursday. You guys, we will see you on the next episode of Smart Author Series. For now, mwah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.